Hello designers, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today's video is incredibly important, especially if you're looking for a job. It's the season for actually hunting for a job. And I know if you graduated in 2020, it's a lot harder to find a job, and I'm so sorry about that. I hope you can find it in your heart to do something different, and I'm making this video to help you gather up ideas and apply to jobs differently. So your CV or your resume, whatever you want to call it, today I'm gonna calling it CV a lot just because it's easier to say. Your CV is your first impression. Who is viewing our CVs? Who is looking at them, whether they are in written format or whether in their video format like this one. Our CVs are usually viewed by human resources employees, and that means they're not necessarily the people who you'll be reporting to in the future. That being said, you need to put yourself in the position of that person viewing your CV. First of all, we're interior designers, and interior designers, we care a lot about functionality. That's like the first priority, 100%, but there's also aesthetics. If your CV doesn't look good, then please consider making it something that's incredibly simple to understand and something incredibly beautiful to look at. It doesn't have to be like all decorative and everything like that. To make sure that you're following like impeccable grammar, simple, easy to read fonts, clear titles, contact information. So there's two types of CVs that you want to think about when you want to apply for a job. There is the video CV, and then there is the written CV. I'm here, I'm creating a YouTube video, and I'm pushing you to make a video resume. There's a lot of videos online talking about video resumes, but I think they are perfect for this day and age. Basically because the attention span for people who are hiring you and yourself, it's getting less and less every day, and that means that we need something incredibly dynamic in our faces to be able to understand who is the person in front of us. I think if you make a video CV, then you have a bigger chance of getting hired, especially if you hit the mark of putting out your personality, skills, experience in a small short video, not more than 1 minute long. You talk about who you are, your skills, you can talk about education, experience, and then you give out your contact information at the end. It doesn't take a long time to edit a 1 minute video. It will take you some time to get uncomfortable in front of the camera. Maybe you are already, maybe not, but it will make it easier for people to see who you are and look at a person beyond the paper. How do you make a video CV? I'm going to make one right now. I did not outline for this. I didn't do anything. I didn't prepare a template or anything, but I'm going to attempt to do it right now. So before I do that, look down at the description down below. You have all of the timestamps, so if you want to skip through things, repeat this part. Look professional, smile, maybe like a lighter background, maybe something that's incredibly simple, but you get the idea. Hello, my name is SEO. I graduated from Ajman University of Science and Technology in 2014 as an interior designer, and I would love to have a job in your firm as a, this is where I would list what they asked for, because if you are applying for a job list, then you're most probably applying for a specific job. So for a senior interior designer in your firm. Interior design is my passion because I love working with styles, with different budgets, and I love talking to clients. I'm very confident talking to clients, and I think I would be a great asset in your company. For my technical skills, I've been able to master AutoCAD, SketchUp, and Lumion for rendering software. And of course, I do know the basics like Microsoft Office, you know, things like that. I can read and write and talk fluently in Arabic and English. Arabic is my mother language. This is a list of the experience I have, and as you can see, I diversified because I think each job teaches you a different thing. And I currently have a YouTube channel. These are my social media outlets. Some of my work includes this, and that. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye. It's very simple, something very simple. This took me a little bit of time, like it took me around 5 minutes to film, but maybe in editing it will be like less than a minute. Again, incredibly different from what you do. I have bullet points on the screen. That helps. Very simple editing. It took me basically no time. And you could do it with iMovie if you're working on a Mac, or a movie maker if you're working on a PC. Either way, it's so simple to go in front of a camera, just look it straight in the eye, straight into the lens, talk to it, talk about your experience. Maybe you have interned and you've learned a few things as an intern. Maybe you can highlight things that you like. But personalize. If you have seen openings for a couple jobs on LinkedIn, for example, you look at what they need and you align it with the experience that you had, and then you talk about it in front of the camera. I urge you to do that. Not a lot of people do it. I know it's intimidating. You don't need a camera. You need your phone. I have a camera because I do YouTube videos, but this phone is more than enough because it has incredible quality. You can take a video, airdrop it, you're done. You can send them the link, you can have your portfolio online. Just be updated. Old methods are still valid, but if you are a contemporary person who takes a trend and makes it their own, then that will give you a better chance of surviving in an oversaturated market. Let's just face it, everywhere it's oversaturated and there's a lot of applications and you want to stand out, and I'm giving you the way to stand out. And because we are interior designers, we have a lot of visual aid in the video. You can add a picture, links, you can add things like that. So trust me, it's not a bad idea. Keep it short, keep it sweet. You don't need to talk too much. Let the video talk for you. And also the fact that you're a human face, you're interacting with the other person, that will make them connect with you and they'll call you for an interview. Don't forget to add your contact details at the end. It's very important. Now, let's say you don't want to make a video for any reason that is. My advice to you is to actually create a very clean resume. First of all, you need to think about the elements, the different elements that go into your CV. There's a lot of softwares that you can use. You can use PowerPoint, Word, Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, anything that you know is good. What kind of elements do you need in your CV? Start with your contact information, make them super clear in the beginning. That's your first thing. Add a picture of yourself. Again, it's important for people to be able to see your face. Make sure that you customize each CV to the job you're applying to, similar to what we talked about in the video resume. You need to look at the job description that you have seen and you are applying for, and you need to customize your CV according to that. For example, let's go on LinkedIn very quickly. I'm gonna look for interior designer. I'm gonna make it worldwide. So we're looking for a reliable interior designer. This is from Macadam Floor and Design. We're looking for a reliable interior designer to join our team. The ideal candidate will be competent in prioritizing, working with little supervision, and will be self-motivated and trustworthy. We're looking for someone who has the desire to be in our company long term. For example, so you can see what they're prioritizing in the beginning. Only if you are actually truthful. Don't add something just for the sake of getting hired. A lot of people lie in their resumes and it's just not a good look. But you can say that I'm great at prioritizing in the beginning. Like in the section when you need to talk about yourself, say one of my special skills is actually being able to prioritize the important tasks first. When you're looking at a job application, read thoroughly through every single point that they have. First thing that you need to do is that you say the job that you're looking for that aligns with what they are requesting. So looking for a job as a junior interior designer, as a senior interior designer, whatever you're looking for, make sure that it's clear and it's stated in your CV. And also take a look at each pointer, look at the experience that you had before and try to add it as bullet points. Personally, if I'm hiring someone, I wouldn't care much about the experience as much as I would care about the passion. I'm looking for skills. I'm looking for people who are willing to learn, who have the tools I need. I'm looking for someone to fit my checklist. Your experience, you can always add your experience as an intern, as a title, and then in bullet points format, you can add the tasks that you're giving. For example, on my CV, I have IKEA Dubai interior designer. So this was where I was working. And I had the timeline in the beginning. I wouldn't do that right now. I would actually have the timeline from to in front of the title of the job. What I would do is actually do that. I'll put the timeline next to it, and then I would talk about the tasks and responsibilities that I had as an IKEA. Make sure that you have no grammatical errors. Now, there is a solution if English is not your first language. There is an extension for Chrome. It's called Grammarly. You can download it even on Word. And I suggest that you check your grammar first before you issue the CV. I didn't have this back in the day when I was writing the CV. Do not add your work. Oh my God, for heaven's sake. Your resume is not your portfolio. Don't add your work on your resume. You can add a QR code that links to your landing page. Maybe you have a website, which is incredible. If you don't have a website, then it's a good idea to have a website and have like a landing page. There's a lot of websites. You can, look around online to see how you can build a website. But I'm saying that you should have a portfolio online and you should be able to link to the portfolio. I have received the CV on my email. and there was like a bunch of pictures. They were not aligned. It wasn't clean. It wasn't clear. It was like 15 pages of pictures. Impressive work. Don't get me wrong. It was impressive work. But why would you do that? It's just cluttered. It cluttered my brain, and I just couldn't get over how none of the pictures lined up, and it was just a long CV. And no one will notice the details that you did if that's what you're doing. So keep it just word-based. Maybe you can add a few images, maybe you can add a background. It's up to you how you design your CV. That's your business, not mine. You want your eyes to relax when you're reading the CVs. You want to be able to match the skills that you're reading off a resume to the checklist that I have, for example, as a human resources employee or as an interior design manager, for example. You want to be able to make it super simple. Don't clutter it. It's not worth it. You want to be able to read it. 2 pages maximum. Okay, even if you have a lot of experience, take the most important parts that you did in each job, align it with the skills that they have, and align it with the language that the company has. Research the company a little bit if you are looking for a specific company. If you have a generic CV, I'm just telling you, it's not going to stand out because everyone does that. Everyone has a generic CV. How can this person who's viewing your CV take a look at the CV and understand that you are the perfect person for the job? Now that we have this CV as an example, my CV as an example, and also you can look online, Pinterest, how thousands, millions of CV if you want, and you can make it specific, type an interior designer, and it will help you get more examples. It's okay not to reinvent the wheel. That being said, it's not an excuse to copy something 100%. Just make sure that you have your own style and that you've added something that is very you and that people will see and understand who you are and what your style is like. I do wish you the best of luck. Let's go to the computer. I'm going to give you a tutorial on what you need to add. The template for the CV will be uploaded on my website. Under freebies, it's going to be a free template. I hope that can help someone land a job. If you want a video about portfolio, an updated portfolio video, let me know down below in the comments. If not, watch this one because I've talked about it before. And yeah, let's jump into it.
Alright designers, to be honest with you, I found this article after I finished the video and I thought it was really nice. It was a great example. Honestly speaking, it lines up with a lot of things that I said. I'll link it down below in the description down below. And as you can see, it tells you what's wrong and what's right. It has both of the entry level and experienced designer. And I really think it's a great article. Also, something I didn't touch on in the video, and it's incredibly important as well. It's the cover letter. That's an example for a cover letter. She addressed the hiring person. You have to research who is hiring, who is reading the CV, because you need to put yourself in their shoes. List anything that you won, even if you were a student and you won an award. That's a great addition. I've followed you write-ups in yours. Here you talk about the employer, so you're giving them something to work with, you're giving them a connection point, and you can use catchy words like my commitment to delivering, likewise my commitment to delivering on time and under budget. That's also very attractive to employers. The opportunity to work closely with you to wow your clients would be a dream job. That's such a great line, honestly. It's such a great line. As you can see, it's all about the employer. Call to discuss, that's a call to action. Call to action in anything, honestly, is very important. So you can trigger the response in the brain that, you know what, yes, I want to call this person, I want to schedule a call. This is just something I'm recommending before I can actually dive into the template that I created for you. Okay designers, so you can find this resume template on my website. It's free, and all I want from you is to actually use it and make sure that you remove the items that I'm explaining things in before you actually go ahead and submit it. Double, triple check it when you write your information always double check and triple check. Again, I use the example that I talked about. You have to use the name of the person receiving your CV, personalize. Again, you need to put yourself in their shoes. Picture yourself reading the CV. To be more interested in the person if they actually followed your own career and give you a compliment. So make sure that you research the employer. You're actually acknowledging that you've actually done your job, you researched, and you've already went one step ahead of other people. This is the example that was used in the same article. And again, before using this template, research the employer, take notes of the industry specific skills, take notes of the general in-demand skills. How you do that is that you actually go to LinkedIn. When you actually go to LinkedIn and you research the interior design job, you get a better view of the landscape of how things look like in the professional world. You can read a lot of duties and you can read what you're required for you to apply to jobs, and reading these informations, taking general notes. So read as many in whatever country that you want to apply in. Read as many as you can so you can get an upper hand. You can stand out. Moving back to our Word document. This is by the way, this is in Word. I'll upload it as a PDF as well, so you can have it with a font. This is Gotham. I use it a lot, and I use the different variations of it. So I use basically the light and the medium. But you can have your own font. You can personalize this. In the beginning, you want your name and your title. For example, my name is SEO and I'm an interior designer. So that is very important. You have to add your title so they know exactly which section to direct you to. And I would put my picture nearby here. And again, it's up to you to add the picture or not. But I think, in my own opinion, it's a human face and it's a nice addition. The second part, or the second element, is the personal and contact information. You list only the essentials because it's a valuable space. Every single item that you add is taking some space in your resume, and this is not very important. What's important is that your name and your phone number, email. If you have a website, you can link it here, but you keep it simple. Don't clutter it with your date of birth and your driving license. No one looks at that anyway. So this is the profile, and arguably, this is one of the most important elements in your CV, the profile, because you have to summarize your industry specific skills and list your accomplishments. So it's basically a little window in what you have been doing all these years, about your certifications, about your awards, whatever you need to keep. Whatever you need to add, keep it short and simple, not more than 5 lines, 10 lines maximum. And this is an example. If you have experience, if you don't have experience, hold on, this is bugging me, so I have to just space it out. Okay, so if you have experience, this is an example. It's all taken from the same website because I thought it was perfect, and why would I reinvent the wheel? If you have experience, this is an example. Award-winning SIDQ certified interior designer with 10 plus years. It's very important to list the number of the years. If you are experienced already, you can talk about companies, big companies that you worked with, and you can talk about big projects that you talked with as well, that you've worked with. And if you don't have experience, interior design with 2 years of freelancing experience, because most of us, we're actually required to take trainings. So you can talk about the trainings, you can talk about the projects I've designed. For example, you can talk about what you designed in your courses. So, and if you have taken any awards, and I believe that most people like taking an award or two in their university life or afterwards. So yeah, just that is like a very small glimpse, and it's very direct in your face. You see it, you feel the connection with the person that's working here. Again, this is the source, link down below. These are the core skills, and you can adjust this, by the way. You can ungroup and adjust this to your liking. You can change the color if you want. It's very basic, it's a Word thing. Whatever softwares, these are the examples of the softwares that you might know. Add the softwares that you know and the skill sets. So for example, budgeting is a big one, sketching is a big one, and any other software that you might have for the soft skills, personal, interpersonal skills. And also you can talk about the creative skills that you have, like concept creation, creative thinking, prioritizing. And this is how you add how experienced you are in whatever field or whatever skill that you add. Then you have the career summary, very self-explanatory. This is very important to remember, is that you need reversed chronological order. So most recent job first, because it's the most relevant. And if you don't have the previous experience, this is what you add. You add the school or university work summary, any part-time jobs that you might had, any voluntarily work, and any internships. As an example, again from the same website, I thought it was brilliant. So yeah, education, again, whatever universities that you studied in. Testimonials is optional, but it will make you more credible. You can get testimonials and recommendations from people that you worked with, and if you're new to the field, you can get them from your mentors, professors, and classmates, and it makes you more credible. Generally speaking, even on social media, if you add other people's opinions about you, that makes you more credible. That is an example of a testimonials. You can send it to the person that you want to get a testimonial from. And also you can add the activities in a word. That's optional, but again, it will give you credibility. A thank you note at the end is a nice touch, again, optional, but it's like you're leaving them with a sweet taste in their mouth because you have showed gratitude to the company. And I hope this helps you land a job. I really do. If you use it, let me know down below. I would love to know, how do you like it? These are the basic elements. This is an example, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you didn't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you actually enjoyed this video, and if you got value out of it. I really appreciate having you here. Thank you for 21,000. Holy sugar, where are you guys coming from? It's incredible. I hope you have a great time of the day wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.